Let's see what's in the secret room.
Yeah, so we're just playing around with our AFRs at the moment, trying to get our target to match what we want to do. So as you can see, we've still got a little bit of work to do. Good through the centre here, a little bit lean at the start, a little bit rich at the end, or fat at the end. So yeah, we'll just start moving our tables around until we get that damn near perfect, and keep going from there. But as you can see, yeah, we're definitely making gains each run that we do. So yeah, we've fattened up heaps at the bottom end here. A little bit of work to do through here still. A little bit of work to do at the top end, but we're definitely getting there.
And so what are we aiming as far as these lines to go, Hayden? Do we want these to sort of be in a constant curve up and over, or? I
mean, in a perfect world, that's what we would like. There are obviously things that are always going to not make things as perfect as we like them to be. They can be things like exhaust, they can be heat, they can be camshaft design, all those types of things. But what I can see very early on is that, and sometimes a problem with a lot of exhaust systems, is that you kind of get sometimes quite a big dip here, especially sort of around that 2.5, 3,000 RPM, and then quite an aggressive uptake in your torque and power. But you don't really have that issue too much in yours, and to the point where I think I'll be able to smooth a lot of it out. So you should get a bike that pulls quite smooth and quite linear all the way through the RPM range.
Right.
A lot of the times if you put like a big torquey camshaft in there, for example, and you might have the great exhaust system, you'll kind of see a dyno graph that kind of has quite an aggressive dip there, and then all of a sudden picks up sort of around where that max torque is. But
yes,
we're sort of seeing quite a uniform power here, which is really, really good.
And the cam that we've put in is not a torque cam at all. It's a horsepower cam. It's a power cam, isn't it?
It's a power cam. I think, though, to be fair, camshaft technology's come a long way. Like once upon a time, you used to say a torque cam, a power cam, a torque or a power cam. To be fair, they're sort of all kind of mashing into the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, yes, ideally we want to produce a lot of torque, and yes, ideally we want to produce a lot of horsepower, but we want a camshaft to perform right the way through the rev range. The customer doesn't want a cam that's going to make all the noise early on and then sort of die early off, and they don't want to sit there having to wind their motorcycle out to get...
And then you get all the cam right at the end, right?
Yeah. So camshafts, you know, like when you go to purchase a camshaft, especially a Milwaukee camshaft, for example, it doesn't really say it's a torque camshaft or a power camshaft. It doesn't really sort of say that on the information.
Right.
It just says what it is.
Yes.
You know, and yeah, I think to be fair, we can go away from torque and power cams, and we can talk more about sort of where we're getting our power delivery and where we can make improvements, or if we're running out of fuel, or if our exhaust system isn't quite as good as what it could be, or where we can make improvements, sort of thing. So yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. So
we will carry on and keep playing and.
Yeah, I think.
Alright team, so here's the numbers at the end of the day. I will get out for a ride and show you guys the different power of the bike now, and and what it's doing as far as road testing goes, because it's a whole different noise now. This thing is massive loud. So going by mainline numbers on the dyno there, it's coming up at 107 horsepower. So what do you do? Add 20% odd for DynoJet sort of numbers. It'll put you at about 126.5 horsepower and 130 something, 137 odd. What is it? 135.6 in torque. So good numbers. I can recommend the build. It's really, really choppy now, so it's a really angry bike. I look forward to getting it out on the road and see what you can do.